Question 3 is what they won't tell you after the EPO 4.0 upgrade. So after we finally got the upgrade up and running, what are the next steps that you need to take in the whole upgrading procedure and getting everything finished and up and running? We'll take a look at limitations of what you need to know. We'll take a look at a demo of that, administrating and tuning, focusing on full automation. One of the things about EPO 4.0 was you were EPO 361 was that you couldn't automate everything. It was all a manual process. Logging in, changing things, constantly working with EPO. In EPO 4.0, one of the things that I'm looking for is how to automate the whole process where I don't have to log in all the time. We'll take a look at all that. And then the key tuning considerations and checklist and troubleshooting tips and tricks from what I've learned and seen in the field. So with that, let's continue on. So some of the limitations of EPO 4.0, which we kind of already looked at, were only supported for newer products like CMA 355 or higher, FireScan 8.0i or higher, SCM 5.0, which is Secure Content Management, or the new name, which is the Internet Gateway. With HIPS, it only supports up to 100,000 hosts. Without HIPS, we still have support for 250,000. Very limited support for multiple EPO environments until you get to EPO 4.5. So in EPO 4.0, we have the ability of importing data, but that's as far as it goes. Automation. Is it possible? What do I mean by that? Well, if I have to log in every day to EPO, change things around, send out agents, I got to pull agents' information, I got to get reports. Do I want to do all this again in EPO 4.0? I do not. In EPO 4.0, we now have the ability to get everything running using the automation feature. So we can run reports that give us information such as pulling and replication emails. I can chain entire tasks to run automatically. Dealing with inactive agents. How am I going to deal with inactive agents? I can deploy an agent after 10 days, after 5 days, after 30 days. I can delete an agent. Up to you. Dealing with non-managed machines. How am I going to deal with non-managed machines, which are machines that don't have an agent, they've never had an agent before? How am I going to deal with those? I now have the ability to have multiple deployment tasks. In other words, I'll have my baseline deployment for VirusScan, CMA 4.0, and anti-spyware module. While with the HIPS deployment, I'm only going to deploy HIPS to machines if they belong to the laptop groups. So I'll create a special group just for that. Active Directory synchronization. When a computer gets created inside the EPO, inside Active Directories, I automatically wanted to make sure it gets imported into EPO. How can I do that? Active Directory synchronization. Also, I have the ability to deploy rogue system detection to automatically catch new machines coming online. And notifications with emails and other tools. I can automatically I can automatically send notifications to users over email. The whole process of kind of automating the EPO world. So let's take a look at automation. I'm going to go ahead and do a desktop share.